If you've been taking Miralax for months or years and you're still constipated, still bloated, and still relying on it just to have a bowel movement, this video is for you. Because here's what no one in your doctor's office is telling you. Miralax is not a treatment. It is a management tool. And there is a very big difference between managing a problem and actually solving it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what Miralax is doing in your body, why it keeps you stuck in a cycle that you can't seem to get out of, and what healing your gut actually requires. Because it's not Miralax. I'm Erin Harner, Integrative Registered Dietitian, Nutritionist, and gut health coach, and I've helped hundreds of women who came to me after years of being told just to take more Miralax. Let's talk about what's actually going on. First, I want to be fair to your doctor because there are real reasons Miralax gets prescribed all the time, and none of them are actually malicious. Miralax is accessible, it's over the counter, it works fast, and it produces a result that your doctor can measure. You go to the bathroom after you use it. And in a 10-minute appointment, it solves the most immediate complaint. I have constipation. I can't seem to poop. Take some Miralax. It's also been around for decades and has a relatively strong safety profile for short-term use. So from a conventional medicine standpoint, it makes complete sense as a first-line recommendation and treatment. But here's where the system breaks down. Conventional medicine is set up to manage symptoms. It is not set up to ask why those symptoms are happening in the first place. And that gap between symptom management and root cause investigation is exactly where most women with chronic constipation fall through the cracks. You go back to your doctor, you're still constipated. You get told to keep taking it, maybe increase the dose, and the cycle just continues. So let's talk about what Miralax actually is doing in your body if you're taking it. Because once you understand the mechanism, the problem becomes really clear. Miralax is what's called an osmotic laxative. Basically what that means is it draws water into your colon. More water in the colon softens the stool and creates pressure that stimulates a bowel movement. That's it. That's the entire mechanism. It's not improving your gut motility, how well your intestinal muscles are actually working and moving things through. It's not addressing your nervous system's role in digestion. It's not restoring your microbiome. It is not improving the coordination between your gut and your brain. It's not doing any of those things, but it is drawing water into your colon. And this does help you mechanically push stool out. Now, in an acute situation where you're not feeling well and you really need to poop, in the short term, this can genuinely be really helpful. I want to be clear about that. But as a long-term daily solution for chronic constipation, it's addressing exactly none of the reasons your gut stopped working in the first place. And this is where it gets really important because what happens over time with regular laxative use is something most women are never warned about. When your body has an external tool consistently doing the work of moving things through your colon, your gut starts to rely on that tool. It stops generating those internal signals as efficiently on its own. Your colon's natural motility, or its ability to contract and move stool through independently, can become sluggish because it's not being asked to do that job anymore. The Miralax is doing it for it. So what does that mean in practice? It means the dose that worked 6 months ago stops working. You need more to get the same result. And when you try to stop taking it, even for a few days, your constipation just comes right back. And sometimes it's actually worse than it was before you started taking it. So you go back to Miralax because at this point it feels like the only thing that actually works. But here's the thing, and I want you to really, really hear this. That dependence is not a sign that your gut's broken. It's a sign that your gut has been managed instead of healed. And that is a completely different problem with a completely different solution. So I really want to draw a line between these two things because it's one of the most important distinctions of this entire conversation. Managing constipation using an external intervention, a laxative, a supplement, a protocol to produce a bowel movement. The intervention is doing the work. Your gut is along for the ride. Actually healing constipation means restoring your gut's ability to do that work independently. No intervention required. Your body running the way it's designed to run. Sometimes we need to use some of those tools to get to that point. Managing is not wrong though. There are absolutely situations where management tools are necessary and completely appropriate. And I'll get to that in just a second. But management without a parallel plan for actually healing is how women end up on Miralax for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And I see this all the time in my practice. The actual goal is a gut that moves consistently on its own, that has a predictable rhythm, that doesn't need you to intervene every single day just to have a bowel movement. That goal is achievable, but it does require a completely different approach than what Miralax offers. So how do you know if you're in a management cycle versus a healing one? Here are the signs that I see most often in the women that I work with. First, you need to take something every day just to go. If you skip it, you don't go. Second, the dose keeps creeping up, and what worked at 1 capful now takes 2. Third, your symptoms come back immediately when you try to stop. Fourth, you've added more tools over time. Senna tea, magnesium at night, digestive enzymes with every single meal, and you keep needing more, not less. None of these things mean you failed. They just mean that you've been in a system that never actually gave you a path to something better. That's not on you. That's on the approach. Now, I promised I would tell you when Miralax is actually appropriate because I think intellectual honesty really matters here. Miralax is a completely reasonable short-term tool in a few specific situations. Like when you're working on root causes and you need relief while the deeper work is happening. Using it temporarily is completely reasonable. Also, when constipation is causing real discomfort or risk and you need acute relief, totally appropriate. Or when a healthcare provider recommends it as part of a specific short-term protocol. That totally has its place as well. The problem is not the existence of Miralax or Restorelax or Clearlax or whatever you're using. The problem is that Miralax is a permanent solution, just has no exit plan. The problem is chronic daily use with no investigation into why your gut needs it in the first place. That's the problem. And if your doctor prescribed Miralax and also helped you build a plan to address the root causes and eventually stop needing it, that would be appropriate care. I would agree with that 100%. And if you were handed a bottle and told to keep taking it indefinitely, that's where the system failed you. So what does healing actually look like? What does your gut need to work independently? In my clinical experience, there are 4 things that consistently have to be addressed for women with chronic constipation to get off laxatives for good. First, we have to restore motility. Your gut has to be able to move things through on its own. That requires the right signals: meal timing, movement, hydration, fiber, but very specifically calibrated to how your gut is functioning, not a generic protocol. The second thing is nervous system regulation. This one gets overlooked all the time, certainly can't be talked about in a 10-minute appointment appropriately. Your gut functions well on the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. When you are chronically stressed, rushed, or in fight or flight, your gut down-regulates digestion. It literally stops prioritizing digestion at all. You cannot laxative your way out of a nervous system that's stuck in stress mode. It does not work. The third is microbial balance. Your gut microbiome plays a direct role in motility through the production of short-chain fatty acids, particularly butyrate, that feed the cells lining your colon and support healthy muscle contractions. An imbalanced microbiome means weaker motility signals. And the fourth factor here is rhythm. Your gut runs on a biological clock. Consistent meal timing, consistent sleep, consistent movement. These are the signals that tell your gut when to be active and when to rest. Disrupting that rhythm with erratic eating, irregular sleep, chronic schedule chaos keeps your gut in a state of confusion that no laxative can resolve. None of these 4 things come in a bottle, but all 4 of them are addressable 100%. And when you address them together, your gut starts doing its own job again. It starts functioning the way it's supposed to, independently, consistently, without you having to intervene with some chemical every single day to function. I want to tell you about a client who came to me after 2 years of taking Miralax every single day in order to go to the bathroom. 2 years. She tried stopping it multiple times, and within 2 or 3 days, she couldn't go at all. Her doctor told her she should just stay on it forever. When we started working together, we didn't just take away the Miralax. We looked at what her gut actually needed. Her meal timing was erratic, she was chronically stressed, she was eating a low-fiber diet because she was scared of making bloating worse, and she hadn't connected any of that to her constipation. We built rhythm first, consistent meals, consistent sleep, starting addressing the nervous system piece. We introduced fiber strategically, not just more fiber, the right kind of fiber for her specific gut. We supported and helped rebalance her gut microbiome. And over about 3 months, she started tapering off the Miralax, slowly, with support, not cold turkey. By month 4, she was going to the bathroom every single day without it. Not because we found a better laxative, but because her gut was able to do what it needed to do on its own. That is what healing looks like. And it's available to you too. I want to paint a picture of what the goal actually is, because I think a lot of women with chronic constipation have been managing for so long that they've forgotten what it would even feel like to just go to the bathroom every day without a lot of effort, without planning it, without taking something first, without wondering, is today going to be a good day or a bad day? This is what a healthy gut feels like. It's predictable. It works the way it's supposed to, not something you have to manage constantly. You're not too far gone. Your gut's not broken. It's just been under-supported. And there is a path from where you are today to where you want to be. It just doesn't start with another bottle of Miralax. If you're ready to understand what's actually driving your constipation, not just managing it, I have a free training called Still Bloated and Backed Up. It walks you through the 3 gut rhythm mistakes I see keeping women stuck all the time and what to do about it. The link is at the top of the description. And if you're at the point where you want a personalized plan, someone to actually look at your specific situation and help you build a path to get off the management treadmill for good, I have a call for that too. It's called the Gut Clarity Call. In this video, I gave you language for something you've been feeling for a long time. Give it a like. It helps more women find the content. And if you know someone who's been told to just keep taking Miralax, send this to them. They need to hear this message. And this video is next.